Coming up on Hawk TV, we take a look at the debate team season, a senior with her own podcast, and a new girls basketball coach from a rival school. This is Hawk TV for Friday, October 2nd. Good morning, Hebron High School. I'm Malat Woldu. Since August 27th, the speech and debate team have competed in 5 tournaments. Haley Pacheco got to take a look into the team season so far.
The value is morality and criterion is maximizing utilitarianism.
After competing in a variety of national and state level tournaments, senior and president of debate Kasia Druniak and junior Rithi Ravi say that the season has been off to a good start.
The debate season is going really well. Of course, it's very strange since we are online and debate's never been online, but we have gone to multiple national level tournaments, and in debate you have to break to go further, and multiple of our teams have broken.
I think we've shown a lot of promise, and I definitely think that we've exceeded our own expectations.
Not only has the team had to adapt to virtual tournaments, they've also had to adapt to a new coach, Tim Lewis, who started working with the team in June. Druniak and Ravi say the change has made a positive impact on the season.
Since debate is an activity where it's very important to have a good relationship with your coach, it's making a bridge between you and your new coach, and everything's been running smoothly. He's an amazing dude, and he's helping us a lot in building arguments, but we just have to build that bridge to make sure everyone's used to it and there's no problems, but there has been no.
Hawk debate is changing, and that's a good thing because change is always good, and it's been working out for us, and I think I'm excited to see what we will accomplish in the future under our new coach.
In addition to receiving a National Speech and Debate Association elimination round qualification for the first time in school history, many students have already earned portions of state points that allow them to compete at the Texas State Championship Tournament. At the Grapevine Tournament, one team placed in the top 16 out of 90 of the most competitive programs nationally. Head debate coach Tim Lewis says the team has been remarkably successful in their events, despite only having a number of tournaments so far.
It has been such a delight to be able to engage these incredible minds and hearts. I mean, we have such remarkable students here. They're doing this work that I would say most undergraduates do not approach until their senior year in college because of how dedicated, intelligent, and gifted they are.
On top of placing high at the Grapevine Tournament, Druniak was awarded the Jonathan Brody Service to Debate Award, a prestigious scholarship given to a senior who has overcome a hardship and embodies the excellence of debate. This is the first time a Hebron student has been awarded the honor in the 23-year history of this award. Druniak wrote about her struggles with dyslexia and says she was shocked she won.
And somebody texted me, they're like, "You won." I was like, "You're kidding me right now." And so I went to watch the video. I was in so shock, and I woke up my mom in the middle of the night to tell her. And so I was very happy about it.
We were really grateful that Grapevine High School recognized Kasia's incredible work, and I just couldn't be prouder as a coach, particularly as a first-time coach.
Druniak and Lewis say they plan to continue their success for the remainder of the season.
There's always very strong years and weak years, depending on who's competing, how many people can compete. And so the goal is to always have a stable foundation, and then of course make it to state, make it to what is called the Tournament of Champions. We've had teams go for the last 2 years, and we just want to continue that legacy.
What works is that we have these circles of leadership and really core student engagement leaders who are bringing people together to keep us moving and keep us going forward.
Compulsory voting is based on
Reporting
values,
for Hawk
norms, and
TV,
citizens'
I'm Haley
engagement.
Pacheco.
Thanks, Haley. Debate is competing again in the Lovejoy Rock Hill Swing this weekend. Last week, the school celebrated Kindness Week, so we asked students and staff about a time someone showed kindness to them.
Probably you're just walking through the hallway and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I like your shoes," and that just makes my day because I love shoes, and when someone compliments my shoes, it just makes me so happy.
I would probably say the last time was was yesterday with going home with my family. You know, we always show kindness to each other, and it always impacts me. My daughter helps out around the house as much as she can because she's at home, and that's a pretty big show of kindness.
Today during lunch, my friend gave me pumpkin bread, and that was really nice because I was hungry. So.
Over in the orchestra room, we have students that help out a lot after school or before school. Sometimes I need help tidying up the room or wiping them down with PPE. So I really appreciate when my students help me out before or after school.
My APIS teacher recently let me take an assignment home for a couple of days longer than he should have because I wasn't able to complete it, so he's really nice about it and gave me a couple of days to do it.
Being a senior in band, kind of like everyone expects you to know everything, but you kind of don't know everything, and everyone in band just helps out everyone, like especially like when you don't know what to do.
My friend the other day bought my coffee at Dunkin' Donuts because I didn't have my wallet with me, and it was just nice because I really wanted coffee.
Thank you to everyone who participated. Senior Vanessa Malou started her own podcast to share her view on women's experiences in today's world. Ava Caballero Romo takes a closer look into what made her start this podcast.
At the beginning of June, senior Vanessa Malou decided to make a podcast after discussing her views on women today with her dad.
He actually told me, he goes, you should find a way to talk about what you're talking about, because I was sitting there just kind of ranting at him, and he was like, you should find a way to put this out. So I thought about it, and I was like, okay, a podcast would be perfect for that.
Malou gets her inspiration from Pretty Basic, a podcast created by two female influencers.
It's more issue-based and focuses directly on issues, but the reason why they were my inspiration was because they have a way of conveying their message that isn't in a ranting form or just kind of a complaining form almost. They make it really funny, and that's what I hope my podcast comes out to be like. But that was definitely one of my biggest influences when I started.
Senior Heather Nixon says the podcast is a way to support other girls and come together as a community.
I think Vanessa's podcast is a really cool idea and a fun way to get girls virtually together and kind of in a supportive community.
Senior Tara O'Donnell, an upcoming guest on the podcast, says this podcast has valuable messages for young men and women.
I would say that it is genuinely worthwhile to try it out and listen to it for anybody, whether you think you might enjoy it or you know Vanessa or you don't know her, because I think so many people can get a message and take something away from it.
Malou uses her podcast to share her ideas and beliefs and wants to be seen as a role model for others.
As I grew older, I started to notice change, and I started to become really involved in trying to understand powerful women. I want to be a powerful woman when I grow up, and it felt like that entire time I had no power. And so doing that podcast was my form of kind of taking my power back.
Reporting for Hawk TV, I'm Ava Caballero Romo.
Thanks, Ava. You can find Vanessa's podcast on Anchor, Spotify, and Pocket Casts. With some people forced to find a hobby or skill while spending more time at home in the last 6 months, some found a way to turn that into something bigger. Ellery Lyles takes a look into a student who did just that.
Senior Alice Way found that over quarantine, her family was making so many masks in their free time that they could no longer keep them all. As a way to help others, Alice created her own mask business called Way's Masks.
I asked my cousin to do it, to help me with it, because it's just a really big project that I knew I wouldn't be able to do it by myself, and she knows a lot of people that have done small businesses, so I didn't really know where to start, and so she really helped me with that a lot.
Alice says that they ran into challenges when starting their business, including getting ahead of themselves in the beginning.
We were kind of too excited about it. We didn't really think of every single aspect of the business, and we made a lot of mistakes, after we were launched. We were selling the masks at too low of a price that we were kind of not making enough profit to be able to make as much as we want to donate.
One thing that sets Way's Masks apart is that they donate 100% of their proceeds towards organizations, rather than keeping any profit. Way's cousin and business partner Annette Way say that they knew they would donate their profits from the start. Way's Masks has donated towards Islamic Relief USA, Lebanese Red Cross, and the JED Foundation for Suicide Prevention.
It was something that we knew from the beginning, but I think at first we were just like, oh, we're going to donate to organizations, but then we were like, which ones?
Those are kind of like, it's just the stuff that organizations we are donating to are just the social issues or the global issues that are currently happening around the world.
While interacting with their customers, Ways Masks make sure their products are perfect for each individual. Customer Ellie Kim says that she admires how they give away their proceeds.
The masks fit so well, and just knowing that they're donating the money that they earn to charity just makes them so much better than they already are. Really, in the end, since they're donating 100% of their profits, they're losing money from it, so it's like completely selfless of them to do this business to begin with.
Our masks are completely customizable, so you can, if like your face is a little bit rounder, we can totally customize that. We have adjustable straps, which if you don't want the ear lip to be too tight, you can make it looser.
Annette hopes that not only customers will benefit from their business, but also the organizations they've helped out.
And I also hope that like the money that we donated to Islamic Relief USA and Lebanese Red Cross actually like helped someone.
Reporting for Hawk TV, I'm Ellery Lyles.
Thanks, Ellery. Links for Ways Masks information will be down below if you're interested in purchasing anything. After playing basketball at the collegiate level, Lindsay Pouncey never thought she would be coaching. Now, after coaching 7 years at Marcus High School, Pouncey's the new assistant varsity coach at Hebron. I got to take a look into her transition.
Former Marcus basketball coach Lindsay Pouncey says it was time to step outside her comfort zone and look for growth in her coaching career. This led her to finding an open position at Hebron, a rival school.
This is a place that I wanted to be. It's hard to explain, and when the day that I found out I got the job is the day that I went to Marcus and I cleaned out my office, I cleaned out my classroom. I wasted no time getting ready to bleed blue, I guess you could say. I got rid of all my Marcus clothes, like I was ready.
After hearing Pouncey was from Marcus, head coach Lisa Branch says she was shocked at first, and then later knew she was perfect for the job.
The first thing I was like, oh, great. But then I looked at it as I thought it was an honor. I thought it was a compliment that, she had been at Marcus and she wanted to come to Hebron. I don't think we get that very often. And so, after the initial shock of it, and then I thought about it, and it's, I think it's a perfect fit for her.
Before hearing about the job opportunity at Hebron, Pouncey says her and her husband were looking at schools in the district that their kids could attend later in the future. She says Hebron was a good compromise of everything she was looking for.
This is the feeder pattern in the school that we wanted our kids to go to, and I just feel like Hebron is the most diverse school in LISD and still has a really great education, supportive parents. It's just a great place to like all around. I think it just checked all the boxes for me.
During the first 3 weeks of remote learning, the team met with Pouncey for the first time over WebEx. Now that they're in person, Pouncey says there's more of a bond with her and the girls because of the family-oriented environment that Branch has in place.
I was really excited to get to school and get to be in person with them and for them to get to know me, for me to get to know them. And now that we're here, it's been amazing. They're awesome. This is a great bunch of girls, great group of girls. The personalities are fun, they work hard, they're talented. It's just every coach's dream to be here.
Branch says Pouncey has many aspects beneficial to the team, including paying attention to details rather than the bigger picture in basketball. Branch and senior Camille Thomas say that they admire Pouncey's energetic attitude with the team.
And she definitely has, a lot of energy. She's able to get out there and practice with the girls, which helps, it helps to build that bond and relationship.
She came in very aggressively to show us that she knows we can win, and she was very confident in us and seen a lot of potential, so it really pushed a lot of confidence out of us, and she's really going to help us this year.
Confident in her decision, Pouncey says she's ready to play against Marcus as a Hebron Hawk.
Wherever my loyalty belongs is where it lies, and so I don't have a problem playing. I'm ready to play Marcus, honestly, and I don't want to just beat them. I want to murder them, if I can say that.
Just great to have her. She's a huge asset to this program, and I'm looking forward to many years working with her.
Reporting for Hawk TV, I'm Malat Woldu.
Pouncey will assist Branch in coaching the girls' basketball team season starting in October. In other sports news, tennis has a tournament today against Copill High School. There's no football game tonight, but Silver Wings the band will perform their halftime show at 7 o'clock. That's it for today's episode. I'm Malat Woldu. Have any story suggestions? Our email is down below. And make sure to go follow us on Twitter and Instagram.